Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you may or may not know, the newest update for Supermarket Simulator has hit, and what that typically means for games on PC is if you have any mods, they're probably all dead. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but it's not all doom and gloom because I went through and extensively tested out a lot of the mods to see which ones are working, and today we have 12 mods that are still working for Supermarket Simulator right now. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about some mods that are still working for Supermarket Simulator after the newest update. As you may or may not know, the newest update came out for Supermarket Simulator recently, which brought a lot of changes, but it also broke a lot of mods. This is to be expected because that's just the way things go. So a lot of people were asking during my previous live stream which mods still work, so I decided to put together a little showcase to show how many mods are still working, or at least as many as I can. Today we'll be covering 12. These are 12 mods that I confirmed myself still work, at least for now. I haven't had any issue out of these, and they all seem to be working as intended for now. Don't think that this list is a 100% guarantee that all of these mods work, because everybody's computer is different, everybody's situation is different, but these are the mods that I can confirm work on my computer. So let's go ahead and go down the line, shall we? The very first one we want to talk about is Checkout Counter. Now, I don't know if you guys knew about this mod, but essentially what this does is it allows your cashiers, when they check out, to count towards your actual checkout counter. So in order to unlock more cashiers, you have to actually go to the register, do the work, and check out as many people as possible. And each tier has a specific amount of people that you have to check out before you can unlock a new cashier. And to be honest, it's kind of annoying that it only works for you. Like, it literally will not work unless you are the one who checks them out. So this mod helps with that. It makes it to where your cashiers contribute to that number too, and it just makes unlocking more cashiers that much easier. So this mod is confirmed to work, so if you want to use it, then check it out. Next mod is a very simple and straightforward one. It's called Easy Scan, and essentially it allows you to be able to just hold down the click or just press a button, and it'll basically really quickly scan all of the items on the conveyor belt, so you don't have to click each item individually. Not a heavy mod at all, not super game changing or game breaking, and this mod has been confirmed to still work. It's a very nice mod to have, and it definitely saves you a bit of time, especially if you like cashiering. This will definitely speed things up for you a little bit. Next mod I am happy to announce still works is one of my favorite mods, which is the Furniture Snap Place. This allows you to be able to align your mods so they snap in place perfectly in alignment with each other without you having to do these little micro adjustments to make it work. This is confirmed to work. It also works for the way the new light fixtures work, because you can snap the light fixtures now. They have like a square surrounding the light, so that way you can keep them distanced properly and all that good stuff. So if that was a big thing to you, if you don't like making all those micro adjustments and trying to line everything up perfectly yourself, this is a good mod to have, and it is still working. So there you go. This next mod is one of my absolute favorite mods in the entire game. It basically changes the way the game functions, and for the better, in my opinion. It does kind of pull away from, I guess, the intended way that the devs want you to play the game, but I mean, you bought it, you should be able to play it how you want. And that is ignore unlisted items. This is absolutely in the top 5 favorite mods for this game, and the reason for that is you basically get to go in and specifically handpick all of the items that you want to sell in your store. You still have to buy the licenses, but when you buy the licenses, essentially you can go through, pick specifically what you want to sell, and only sell those items, and people will not complain that you don't have other items out on your shelf. They'll just buy what you have, and only what you have. So if you want to pick just one item, if you want to be a grocery store that sells exclusively toilet paper, then you can do that, and nobody will complain, and everybody who comes in will just buy toilet paper. It's the way the game should work, in my opinion, because it's your store. You should be able to sell what you want, and I think it's very restrictive that when you buy a license, people actively complain that you don't have items that they shouldn't even know you have. Like if it's not on the shelf, then they shouldn't even know you sell them. But for some reason, everybody in this town has psychic abilities and they know that you're supposed to have things in stock. And I don't like the way that works. So this mod definitely makes the game just better for me, because you get to pick out very profitable items and only sell those things, or you can be very thematic and only sell alcohol or whatever you want to do. It just makes the game a lot more personal, and I really enjoy that. So this mod is still working, thank God, because it's a great one. The next mod that's still working in the game that I have confirmed is the proper POS input. This one's not a huge impact mod. Essentially, it just allows you to type in the number into the number pad without needing to press the decimal. So if you have, I don't know, something that's $25.25, you don't have to type 25.25. You can just type 25.25 and it'll work just fine. Automatically place the decimals. It does it for things that are over $100 or whatever. It's very straightforward, super easy, just streamlines it a bit. Like I said, it's not that serious, honestly. If you don't mind pressing the decimal, then more power to you. But very simple mod, and it still works. So there you go. The next mod I want to talk about is the auto price updater. Now, this mod is interesting because it does seem to auto price products that you put on the shelf, but I'll have to tinker with it a little bit to figure out if it's actually doing it properly. There may have been a little bit of a mix-up with the internal files and stuff like that, but the mod does seem to be functioning. It does auto adjust the prices. I just have to go in and specifically set the settings to make sure that it is indeed working exactly as intended. So for now, this one is it pretty much works kind of situation, but we'll do a separate video on auto price updater later to specify if it's working as it should be. So it doesn't cause any problems in the game, and it is auto updating prices, but like I said, we'll do something a little bit later to make sure that it is specifically doing what you tell it to do and not just doing what it wants to do. So we'll put a little pin in that one, but thus far it does seem to work, and it's not doing anything to mess up the game. So this one is safe to download. You can keep this one if you want to. Just make sure you go in there and readjust the settings to make sure it's doing what you want it to do. Next one is also a very interesting one that I haven't fully tested yet. This is a Twitch integration. This is kind of a niche one. It's only going to be relevant for streamers. So, you know, if this isn't relevant to you, then you can go ahead and skip to the next one. But if you are a streamer and you were using Twitch integration, thus far, from what I've seen, the mod seems to function. I still haven't gone in and set up my authentication, my new authentication code, to make sure 100% that it works, but the UI still shows up and it doesn't seem to interfere at all with the current game and the way that it works. So this one, like I said, we're gonna stick a pin in it like the next one. It does seem to work, but we'll do a separate video to make sure that we confirmed it. But we do know that when it is installed, it doesn't affect or mess up the game in any way. So technically it still kind of works. So like I said, be looking out for a video in the future to confirm this one. Next one is another one of my all-time favorite mods, Unrestricted Placement. Basically, it literally takes away the ability for you not to be able to place things down in the game, which is both a blessing and a curse, depending on how you want to go about it. But essentially, you can take anything in the game, no matter what it is, boxes, shelves, cash registers, and you can place them literally anywhere you want. Anywhere in the town, anywhere in the city, no matter where you want to go, you can place stuff in the storage room that's supposed to go in the store. You can place stuff that goes in the storage room on the streets or whatever. It just completely eliminates the idea of them being able to stop you from placing anything anywhere you want, and it's just good. You can put stuff wherever you want it to go. There's no issue of, you know, things kind of colliding or telling you can't put boxes down, or so. There's been glitches and stuff like that where you can't put down a box or you can't throw a box because the game restricts you. This basically shuts all that down. You can put anything wherever you want to put it, and it's pretty much that simple, and it still works. This next one is a mod must-have. I recommend literally anybody, even if you don't plan on playing this game modded, this is still a mod you should get. It's called Better Save System, and it basically just allows you to have multiple save files in the game without any hassle or doing anything weird. I mean, that's pretty much straightforward. Some people only want to have access to one store, and if that's you, if you only want to have access to one store, you don't plan on ever doing another one or something like that, or experimenting with a different type of whatever, then you're fine, you know. But I like to have multiple game saves. I like to be able to do different things and mess around with different stuff. So this is a must-have for me, and it does still work just fine. Next one is a really popular one. A lot of people tend to use this one. It's called Delivery Organizer. This one basically sets it to where whenever you order boxes, they are neatly stacked outside, categorized by size, and this one seems to be working just fine, no issues. It also has a secondary effect where it allows you to fill your cart with as many items as you want. It doesn't restrict you to 10 anymore. So, you know, this has been a very popular one, and it's pretty obvious why, because boxes get all over the place and it's a hot mess. And before, your restockers were not able to go outside and basically pick up boxes off of the curb. Now they can, so Delivery Organizer is a little less of a necessity and kind of more of just a luxury, but still nice to have, and it works, so give it a shot. Next one is kind of niche also. This is probably not going to come in handy for anyone unless you are a content creator or you like to play this game while doing other things in the background, like watching videos or, you know, browsing in the internet. This is a RunInBackground mod. So when this game initially came out, it did not possess the ability to run in the background. If you clicked off the game for whatever reason, the entire game would freeze and nothing would be happening in the game until you clicked back on it. This basically removes that. It makes it to where you can now have the game running in the background and you can do other things like watch movies or Netflix or play games or whatever while the game is still running. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward and it still works. So there you go. And then last but certainly not least, we have RDC Stock Manager. This is another extremely popular mod. Basically, it goes into your inventory and it allows you to know exactly what you have available on your shelves, and it tells you what you have available in your storage right from your computer. So you don't have to go and look around and look at your shelves and try to figure out what you have in stock, stuff like that. This thing tells you. It'll tell you what's in your storage, it tells you what's in your inventory, and then you can order accordingly. Makes life a lot easier in that regard when it comes to inventory management, and it still works for the game. So there you go. That was 12 mods that I have confirmed, well, 10 mods that I have absolutely confirmed still work, and 2 mods that are working, but we still need to do some testing to make sure they are working properly. So there you go. If you used any of these mods, you can keep them and they should still be working fine, with the exception of the 2 exceptions that we still need to test to make sure that they are working properly. Outside of that, we're going to be looking at more mods in the future. Now, these are all the kind of standard ones that I assumed would still be working, and I was pretty much right across the board. But there are some more unique ones, some more advanced ones that change the game quite a bit that we're going to get into in the future. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to subscribe. This is basically the channel you want to come to when it comes to mods, because I'm pretty much the only channel on YouTube that covers all the mods pretty extensively, or at least a good majority of them. So I will continue to do so. So make sure that you guys are following and subscribing and all that good stuff so you can stay tuned on all the mod stuff. I also have a line of communication with a lot of prominent and popular modders specifically for this game. So, you know, if there's any place you're gonna subscribe to that covers mods, it should probably be this one. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful, and I will see you guys on the next one.